Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well, keeping out of mischief. Yes, we're back. I know. Shocking. 1 day. I know. It's phenomenal. Let's try and keep this up, shall we? That's what she said. Now, the thing is, as I said, we're trying to catch up on all the things that I've missed, and I do apologise for that. For the elite members here on YouTube, there will be a general vibes reading coming out today as well, between Stuttering Starmer and concerning his Washington, D.C. trip and stuff like that, and Trumpy Trump and other people and all that kind of stuff. And I'm questioning this because I think this is kind of like borderline kind of dodgy for the rules of the game here on this channel. Why he's suddenly got all these scars on his face? You know what I mean? It's just like 1 minute it's a top lip, then it's a bottom lip, then it's a kind of like scabs, and then all sorts of shenanigans going on. So I don't know, maybe like another one for the members. I don't know. I'll see what happens. I'm still in two minds. So this reading has been suggested, which you can suggest as well down in the comments down below in the doobly-doo. As well as if you're reading along, put your comments and suggestions and other things down there as well. That's what a comment section's for. What more could you want? This one is coming in from Lucy. Now, Lucy's a troublemaker, right? Now, I mean that in a lovely way, because obviously she's I think the technical term is a kinky minx. So much in trouble. She hasn't said stop yet, so I think we're all right. And she also works for the NHS, so we love her for that, even though she, she comes with uniform. And we all know why she works for the NHS, because primarily she likes fondling people. So it's like, oh, does it hurt here? Does it hurt here? Does it hurt? Oh, squidgy. So allegedly. There we go. Allegedly. We'll walk past that lawsuit. We'll wave it as we go past. So Lucy has said, hi, Gigi. Hello, Lucy, my love. Nice to have you back, handsomeness. Oh, see what I mean? Suck it up, kinky minx. She continues. Good start of the suck up sandwich, by the way, as well. She's done this before, the naughty minx. Could you please do a reading on whether the UK will have a civil unrest which concerns the US and other governments, and they force a UK government change or general election? That is what we're going to be doing right now, my love. Also, gosh, she don't shut up, does she? Also, can you please do a reading on whether Ben Habib and Advance UK will win next general election? Love and sweet kisses. She doesn't say that bit, but we all know, snoggage with tongues. Thank you much. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you very much. Now, let's do the second part of this first, right? And I know that some people are not gonna like this. All right, so brace yourself. Squeaky bum time. Here we go. On the Ben Habib thing, Advance UK. All right. 1, no, they won't win a general election. 2, and this is, I've been doing, when I can, quick little readings and stuff like that. 2, I think it's a complete waste of time, Advance UK. And I say this with love and affection because I believe Ben Habib has a place, has a purpose to speak up and be a kind of a rallying cry kind of, if you get what I'm saying. Advance UK, and I've tried to keep this in the nicest possible way for a little while, at least a couple of months now, since he announced this kind of launch. I keep getting the energy that it's kind of an ego trip gone mad, right? And he's lost his way a bit. going down this route. And I say this because in comparison, Rupert Lowe, who I don't agree with everything he flaps his face about, but, he's another one of these people, rally and cry, that kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. He's got his purpose in that respect. However, what Rupert Lowe has done, and there's rumours about maybe spinning it off into political shenanigans and all that kind of stuff, parties and the malarkey that later on. But right now, he has created a much needed service, I believe. And the energy that I'm getting from it, from his, what's he called? There's all these R's going on. It's obviously not reform. It's renewal, reboot, UK, whatever it is, right? Everyone's going to be yelling at me in the comments. Oh, you stupid moron! Nothing new. But that is more of a think tank. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, unlike others, but a resource, if you get me. It's not just for particular areas. It's getting data and information and being able to share that, no matter who the political party is, if you get what I'm saying. And that, I think, is way more of a benefit, and the energy around it is way more of a benefit than, rightly or wrongly if you agree with them, but more of a benefit than the Ben Habib Advance UK and stuff like that. Okay? And it feels as if, energetically, Ben Habib is kind of jumping a shark right now. And wasting his energy and his time where he could be really proactive in other ways, if you get me. His calling is in other places, if you get what I'm saying. And hopefully at some point he'll actually realise that. But so this is the reason why, and someone else, and forgive me, I can't remember who, also commented asking to do an Advanced UK reading. That's basically it. Nothing has changed in the last couple of months to be of interest. And for the new people, I don't want to just spam you for AdSense, right? If it's of interest, if it resonates with me, if it whatever a subject is, what you comment down below, if it's like, that's the one that I need to do now, like this reading here, that's what I'll do. Okay, so that's why at the moment there's no reason energetically to do an Advanced UK reading, and hopefully Ben Habib will kind of come back. It feels energetic like he's gone off on a tangent, and hopefully he'll come back at some point and be real kind of force for change in his way, if you get me, right? So that's that bit, all that bit answered, and I hope that helps you there. So going back to the first part, because Lucy, greedy minx, could you please do a reading? Can we please do a reading on whether the UK will have a civil unrest, which is concerning the US and the other governments, and they will force the UK government to change or general election for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes, let's do that one. Because, and also, I should say, and I mean this with love and affection, as always. Everyone laughed at Daddy Elon Musk when he said, 6 months ago? A year ago? That the UK is heading for, civil war and stuff like that. The toffs. What a plonker. And bearing in mind, I'm saying this as, I'll get rid of the question now, as Daddy Elon Musk is annoying me a little bit in the last month. Because as some people know, we are totally off-grid here in the middle of nowhere, including our internet. Right, so all the lights and camera and stuff is powered by solar panels. I'm not saying that to rub it in. I'm just trying to inspire others to come off grid as well. It's much more fun. There's much more panic as well when things go wrong, but there's much more fun. You're in control of it. It's not a call centre. But also, we're internet-wise, it all goes via satellite technology, Starlink. And in the last month, after years of epic and wonderful service, Starlink has gone down twice in a month, which is unheard of. It happened again in the last couple of days. It was one of the reasons why I just couldn't upload anything, couldn't do anything. It's just like, quite literally in the middle of nowhere on our own, on our lonesome. But yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like, what's going on over there? And it was again a worldwide, for the second time, a worldwide kind of blackout, which is concerning because obviously the only ones who really get Starlink, like myself, Downing Street, is when you're preparing for the zombie apocalypse. So this is questionable and worrisome that when the zombie apocalypse hasn't started yet, already there's issues all of a sudden for no good reason via the network. So squeaky bum time on that sort of shenanigans. Anyway, let's find out what the other countries are going to do and all that shenanigans. For the greatest good for all concerned. I've been waffling because the cards weren't ready. I thought they were and they're not. So here we go. Oh, hello. What's that want to say? 10 of Pentacles. Okay. 10 of Pentacles wanted to be said. Wanted to be heard. Sun card. Wow. Okay. Okay. Happiness here is, it's not questionable. I'm just trying to go through the words to try and work out what the happiness, the joyfulness. It's happy, happy, joy, joy with the sun card, but it's kind of it's more of a smirk than a kind of, I know, what's the word I'm looking for? Elation, kind of, it's more of a getting your own comeuppance kind of energy. I hate to say I told you so kind of smirk, kind of that kind of joyfulness. It's very much you get what you deserve energy. You're getting what you deserve. Now, I don't quite know yet. I'm trying to pull it apart energetically, whether it's the country, the government, whatnot, but it's very much like strongly kind of point laugh kind of energy. World card. Well, it's worldwide, world governments, that kind of thing. It doesn't feel like a cycle. It feels more about kind of on the world stage. 6 of Swords. Taking a mini leap of faith, moving on into calmer shores. And now the 7 of Cups here, the reviewing the situation like Fagin from Oliver Twist. There's something here. So I'm leaning back to reflect on the cards as we've already started. And this is going to be a complicated one. Strap in, boys and girls. I still keep getting this, I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say I told you so kind of energy. And now there's egg on face. It's like, ha, see, told you, ha, 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 ha. But it doesn't feel like Trumpy Trump. It feels like the rest of the kind of alphabet spaghetti, WEF, EU, UN kind of flunkies. There's some sort of cash in. Yeah, there's some sort of cashing in or cash in or buy in or some sort of money-making enterprise here. One of their options to kind of, like, in the detriment of the UK, kind of like, yeah, that's all I'm getting right now. That's one of the options or one of the outcomes or one of the possibilities. Kind of like shorting the pound as an example, like Soros did back in like the 92 or whatever it was. Yeah, something like that is there, and it's bugging me. Ace of Pentacles. What I got there is very similar to Trump's assurances with Ukraine, with like the minerals thing. Similar to the Seven of Cups, kind of buying it. Wow, okay, what's just come in is as an example, and this is not it, it's just an example, as like EDF, the French energy company, kind of basically owning the power, a certain part of the power supply here in the UK. There was a time, I don't think it's still happening, because the turning the railways into public ownership again. But there was a time when the French and the German rail companies were shareholders in British rail companies, and would invest in their network with the dividends, the payments coming in as a stockholder of British Rail. So it's like all companies involved in British Rail. So I know British Rail hasn't existed for some time. Anyway, that's how they would increase and benefit from their network. Is that kind of energy involving with the Ace of Pentacles, sorry. And it kind of goes back with the Seven of Cups here. It's these it's buying up resources at an affordable rate. It's something like that. Five of Swords. This feels like you and me kind of energy, where once again the pushback, the timing of their smash and grab, as it were, ain't great, because the searchlight from us is everywhere. We're searching for shenanigans. Normally, it would be behind closed doors, and people wouldn't see it or wouldn't realize it until a later time after the transaction has happened. But there's something here where them purchasing low-hanging fruit, as it were, no one's happy. The government's happy. It feels like the government is like, oh yeah, it's just commerce. Bah, 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 bah. But the Five of Swords, it's like, nah. Wow, into it. That's a full stop death card. That feels very strongly like normally death is end of a cycle. Yeah, so it's normally rebirth, renewal, reborn. Things that happened previously no longer continues. It's a new chapter. So the death card here is the quite literal death, full stop. This is the unrest. No more is what I'm getting from the death card. Yeah, this is palpable. The rest of it is kind of hobnobby, kind of, flutes of champagne, people behind, small gatherings, hobnobbing around, kind of elite style-y business and stuff like that. This here is very much an end to that. Stop it. Four of Pentacles. Oh. This is holding on to what they've already got. So this pushback is suddenly like, well, but like as an example, EDF and all that shenanigans. Them saying, well, no, we've had this for at least a decade or whatever it may be. And it's like, no. We own this. This is ours. We've had it for a while. We're going to keep it. Whatever we were going to do up here, we're not going to do anymore, but we want to keep what we've got. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy, but they've been shown up. I tell you what, this is reminding me of, and I keep focusing on EDF, is specifically that what is it? It's the nuclear place on Plant C, or where they've been trying to get it going. Nuclear thing, power plant generation. Lowestoft area. It's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't get it off. Anyway, where the last couple of weeks, the government is like, oh, we've done a great deal. Oh, welcome people. Great deal. We're gonna put 30. What was it? I need to be specific. I think the whole project was £38 billion. Okay, to build this new Sizewell. There we go. Right. To build the new Sizewell, blah, blah, blah stuff. Walking people. And we're partnering up. I think it was EDF and definitely Canada. We're going to partner up with EDF and Canada. Walking people. And out of the £38 billion, Waka people, we're going to pay the $37 billion towards this project, but only own 49% of it. And everyone's like, what? How are we paying 90% or 99% or whatever it is, billion, percentage, blah, 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 but only getting less than 50% of ownership on the bloody thing? How's that? How's that a good deal, Labour? How's that good? Starmer. What's the Waka people? So it's that kind of, no, we've already agreed to this. We already own this. We've already got that. That's what I'm getting here. But it's not just, it feels more than just energy, but these are the examples that I'm being given to help tell the story. Okay. Queen of Wands. Taking charge, moving on. So we're like, disagreement, nib it in the bud. Now we're in charge. This is going back very much to the Epping reading that we just done today. That similar energy that we're like taking control back. Yeah. This is Queen of Wands having the courage to stand up and go no more. And going the new way. Interesting also that it's I'm getting very much the Magician card again. Like manifesting what we do want to have. And I think this is an interesting, upon reflection, I've had time to get a coffee since the previous reading and have a tinkle and all, treat myself. And there is this underlying change in that's happening here for us, especially with the Magician previously and now here, where it's moving from less of what we don't want, which has been for quite some time now, into what we do want. This is the world we want to build here. This is the what sort of things we want to have. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a change, and this is coming up again here energetically. This change of direction, less of the negative, as it were, cutting out crud. It's now building that mentality of what we want to build. Is what I'm getting with these three cards here. Following our intuition, High Priestess. So this is a fascinating reading so far. For the new boys and girls, this is a snapshot of now. Okay. And is very much like the foundation of this reading. We're going to get into a bit of a gossip now and then an outcome at the end, as always. So this is, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles obviously here. And this feels like the family jewels as a country. It's almost like who owns the family jewels? It's not about investment. It's not about, it's like the, what is the word I'm looking for? The inheritance, I suppose. What we're passing down. We've had this weird change going on. We're now going to fix it, blah, blah, blah. Underlying energy. 4 of Swords again. We just had it. I'm sorry to keep referring back to it. We just had that. This is the Calm the F Down card. This is we're doing it in a chilled way. We don't need to get huffy puffy. We're just doing it, and changes are already happening, and we can just chill out, huffy, and still achieve the goals, as it were. Interesting. I'm enjoying these readings, I should say, today. This is definitely. I have a public footpath near me, right? Yes, we're in the middle of nowhere, but it's a bloody public and because it's summer holidays and stuff, obviously it's clearly, basically, it's like grandparents have run out of things to do, run out of zoos to take the grandkids to, run out of things, and then they just walk them up and down to wear them out of the public footpath, which is fair enough and lovely. But that's the occasional crazy that goes on in the background. If it isn't kind of like a group of youths on bikes, it's craziness of grandparents at the moment. That's what's going on. So apologies for that random noise in the background if you heard it. So let's get the gossip of this reading. What's going on here? Because the energy I'm getting up here, just to kind of give it like imagery to understand what's going on, is almost like, and I don't think they do it anymore, but the Argos catalogue is like the world elites are looking at the UK as like the Argos catalogue, and they're flicking through what they want to purchase, what they want to take control of, what they're the low-hanging fruit kind of energy. At the moment, it's a benefit of this reading here of it going cray-cray. It's very much a situation where they don't want the change. The change is from us, going back to the reading. But what I'm really clearly getting is that they think we're distracted because of the other things going on, the other peaceful protests that are going on, putting all the flags up, all that kind of stuff. They think we're distracted on that, but it's more and more people are awaken to, language. But yeah, that there's more eyes in different directions now. Spotlight is shining everywhere, and so that's why they can't get away from it or away with it kind of energy. So yeah. These almost, these feel good now. Okay. Right. So, truthful again. Wow. It's the same place as what you saw me shuffle, right? So, once again, coming from a place of truth, innocence, following our intuition, from a place of, you can't get away from the truth if you stand in it. If you're in it, and don't move and budge from it. You just stand there like what we've seen with Epping and all the others. Just stand there and stay there. Nothing can, they can't do anything about it. Trying to manipulate the situation. This is what they're trying to do in the darkness. Do you see what I mean? They're trying to do what they normally do. But it ain't happening. It's like downgraded. See? So what they usually do in the darkness, you scratch your back, I scratch mine, kind of, or the other way around. Flip, reverse that. But it's that kind of shenanigans, but it's being downgraded. It's like, no. You can't do that. Fake news. This is the manipulation again, to spin it. This feels as if, to be honest with you, this feels like that whole kind of labeling people as bigots and far right thugs, whacking people, all that crud. That's what that feels like. Okay. The damage is done though. Consequences. Here we go. Yeah. Interesting that the damage is done on the Five of Swords. Yeah. It's very much that the disagreement, the anger, the upset. They had a hollow victory. Now it's like, sorting it out, slapping people down. Here are your consequences for this. Uprooted, taken out. This is what I'm on about. This is the government. This is death. Full stop. Yeah? There we go. Taken out. So they're flunkies. They're happy joy. Stuttering Starmer and all that, trying to butter up and be part of the group and all that kind of stuff. Taken out. The power is, it's like, it's not as if, the image that I just got there, it's not that, it's like there's suddenly a vacuum in the situation. It's almost like we've had that. It's like the air is like coming back in. The conversation is like, because normally, I'm trying to pull apart this image that I just got. Normally it's like we live in a vacuum. It's the ones with the big voices get to say stuff. Everybody else sit down, shut up. And now this vacuum is being replaced again with passion, with the Queen of Wands. It's being replaced with oxygen to breathe again, to actually say stuff and talk about things. And this is the uproot here. Yeah? And I keep saying, end of September, October, November, beginning of November, there is some sort of huge change. Previously, it was like general election, that kind of thing, which we're building towards. It's and the beautiful thing is that they're not even, it seems like Labour is not even fighting it anymore. Yeah? If you notice in the subjects and press releases and responses and all that kind of stuff, it's just copy and paste chat GBT crud. It's not any form of acknowledgement of what's actually going on. Because they know what's going on and they don't want to acknowledge it, if you get what I mean. It's a catch-22 scenario, which is then making the situation worse for them. It's... So this is brilliant. Yeah? Society collapse, health matter. Now, the health matter, it feels like the country health. Society collapse. Interesting, it's the same imagery in the background here. But it doesn't feel like civil unrest. It feels like the society that has been built. If you get me. This feels as if it's an Etch-a-Sketch end of the world start again, instead of all hell breaking loose. Yeah? This feels more like replacement change, holding people accountable hell of a lot more. Instead of bulk buying, madness, crazy, worried about, bunker, that kind of thing. It doesn't feel like that. It feels more about the parameters of what they've built. Is crumbling. And it goes all the way back to what I keep on saying about Pluto now being in Aquarius, for the next 20 odd years. We're now starting seeing it happening. It's falling apart. The BS doesn't wash anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? The health matter, though, is beautiful there because it's on the Queen of Wands, in the foundation part. The reason why that's important and beautiful there is because you and me, are acknowledging the health of the country and then taking charge, passionately taking charge to fix it. We'll do it because you clearly can't. Yeah? This is why the uprooting is like you're paid to do a job and you ain't doing it. Goodbye. That kind of energy. Yeah? There's the floods. There's the pressure on, it just keeps coming up for Labour, doesn't it? Duties keep quiet. This is something to do with this darkness here, but it doesn't feel... It feels like another subject. We've already been talking about resources and like power plants and stuff like that. But this feels as if it's another... Could be a financial implement. It could be digital currency, for example. That kind of, but the subject up here and the subject here is entirely different. Entirely different. But this is the true destination where they need to get to. Like Labour need to get to. This... Tensions escalating. Whatever this is, this could be Ukraine war. Again, but because it's it's like shh. The energy is very subtle, so it's a bit more difficult to try and pull it apart. But this, whatever this destination is, we don't want. But they're trying to keep it on the download to still get it through the system, as it were. But the tensions are escalating. The more they push towards it, the more it's going to become apparent and more tension. Because, like I said, going back to that spotlight thing, if you think of Saruman in Lord of the Rings, on the tower with the eye, the all-seeing eye, that's what we are now. In a positive way, instead of orange, it's white. I keep seeing a spotlight, white spotlight. So it's like their movements are a lot easier to see now because we've constructed the tower. We've got the spotlight on the top of it. We're seeing things. Other people are seeing it as well. You see what I mean? It's that kind of energy. Right. So, outcome. Where's my outcome cut? There they So yes, let's go and get to the outcome. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, ding-a-ling that bell. Come and join the Greatest Good Village, because it takes a village to support everybody, and that is what we do. Please thummy like the videos. It generally helps out the channel so much. It gets the algorithm juices flowing. And comment down below if you know anything in particular here. Maybe I'm missing out some sort of treaty agreement or something up here. But yeah, please put them down in the comments down below. And we'll go from there. And that's also where you can suggest future readings like Lucy did. Yes, that's lovely. See how this works around here. So, outcome to this reading, please, for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Oh, we've got footnote. Okay. Star in reverse. This is not where we're supposed to be going. Okay. Got one more as well. Another footnote. For the new boys and girls, if a card just kind of flips out while I'm shuffling, they're footnotes. They're not fully part of the reading, but they're kind of a general vibe, if you get me. Right, so this one feels as if it's supposed to be on its side like that, but until the end. Right, okay. We'll put it down there. Out my way. Here we go. So the outcome is this. Ace of Pentacles. This is opportunity things again. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Judgment. The Trumpet of Truth. Notice how it's going towards, the angel is going towards this. Shut up, sit down, no, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Heading toward, this is you and me. This is, blah, stopping it. Putting it back in its box. Yeah? Wheel of Fortune is upright. Okay? So there may be, like it's similar to what I said down here. It's like they may get a certain point, a certain way through it, and then it's slapped down. Okay? So that it could be, it feels like there's a couple of steps forward for them, Wheel of Fortune, but the slap down is monumental. Emperor, again, that's you and me, baby. Notice how the Emperor, because we're in our power now, yeah? Emperor, Judgment, all looking this way towards this kind of investment opportunities, kind of what we've been flapping about all this time. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Seven of Pentacles. It's worked before. I'd hate to say, I told you so. I won't say it. I'm not going to do it. This is going back to over here. Yeah? We've done it before. It's happened. It's worked fine before. We'll do it again. But the energy's changed. They're no longer in control. Yeah? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is mumsy, proactive. This is you, us, again. Notice how we've expanded here in this reading. We were just these three down here and then the outcome. Yeah? Now we're up here, we're down here, we're expanding, which means that there's more people involved. We're more proactive about it and all that jazz. And the white balance has gone crazy. Hold on for a second. The white balance only goes crazy when it's kind of like, oh, moment. So yeah, there we go. It looks a bit better now. So, when I say white balance, it's the exposure. That's what I meant. But yeah, Queen of Pentacles is mumsy card, proactive, making things happen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Putting the work in. One of the empresses in the deck, how I read the tarots, there's three. It's done it again, hasn't it? Three empresses in the deck. There's the Nine of Pentacles, Hawk Lady. There's the Queen of Pentacles, and then obviously there's the Empress. Broad strokes, depending on the energy around it, blah blah blah. But broad strokes, Nine of Pentacles is about kind of inward work, you and me, inward. Queen of Pentacles is outward. Empress, full Empress, is not just all four queens, but combined together, but it's also inward work done outward work done, combining them together. Okay, so but that's broad strokes. So Queen of Pentacles here is very much kind of proactively, outwardly fixing things, making things happen, which is pretty much what we were talking about down here with the Queen of Wands. Two of Pentacles, balancing out the topsy-turvy, fixing things. Lots of Pentacles, which, like, I hate to say once again, told you so, but you know, the financial stuff, the digital currency stuff, all that kind of thing that we were talking about previously, all the Pentacles keeps coming out. The Knight of Swords. This feels like it's in reverse. This feels like fake news spin again, but it's very specific. It's like, depending on how you voted, don't want to get involved in that rubbish, but it's like Brexit. You can't do this because of fear-mongering and thingamybobs and whatnots, and it will never happen again, and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. That's spin, yeah? Scaremongering people to remain, that kind of thing. What did they used to call it? Project Fear? Whatever yeah, something like that, yeah? That's what it feels like coming in. Rushing in. But it's a reverse, but it has to be this way because it's coming this way, yeah? If that makes sense. It's coming towards this group here. You and me. But it's negative, it's angry, it's like almost like last ditch attempt to try and get their ways, as it were. Moving on. We don't care what you say, we're going to do it anyway. Quite literally, Brexit. We don't care what you say, we're going to do it anyway. It's more than just money, it's more than just trinkets, more than it's priorities, blah blah blah. It's having, you know, as an example, because Brexit, kept coming up, but it's like we don't want far off people who we don't really know, we haven't really voted in. It's vote via somebody else to say what we can and cannot do. We want local representation that we can personally, slap silly if things go wrong, yeah, and get them out and that kind of thing. But if you notice. And this is the same with my pet peeve with devolution in the in England. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, please. Wales makes sense. Scotland makes sense. Northern Ireland makes sense. But England, the devolution in England doesn't work. The same thing doesn't work. And all it is just another layer of expensive flunkies thinking that they know better and more control over you. Which means also outsourcing responsibility. And we see it in Scotland for decades now. 1 minute, if anything right and happens and good in Scotland happens, and they take all the credit. As soon as there's an issue, it's Westminster's fault. Upsource, up the chain, yeah? Same with Westminster. They try and take all the credit for everything goes right in Scotland. But then as soon as something bad happens, no, it's Scottish government's fault. Yeah, it's pointing down. So no one actually takes responsibility. No one actually fixes anything. It's just like basically outsourcing the blame. Up the chain or down the chain. But this is us leaving that. It's like, no, we don't care. We don't care about your... This is going back to the... Etch-a-Sketch into the world, society collapse, a new way forward, a new opportunity, a new releasing the constraints that have been imposed by all these people that think they're in charge, right? And there we go, the 5 of Cups, regret. This feels more like mourning, the loss of this. This feels like this side. The 8 of Cups doesn't seem to have like, let's have a look here. Let's get the dinky deck out. Can we, the next step on the 8 of Cups, please? Because the 5 of Cups very much feels as if it's their regret. Like, all down this side. It feels very much, no matter and this feels like BS, right? spin, scaremongering. It doesn't work. They're in regret. It doesn't work. They're mourning the loss of control, of money, all that jazz. The Eight of Cups, even though it's the same figure, yeah, but they've already left. You and me, we've already left. So that's why I'm like, what's the next step on the Eight of Cups, please? What's the next step on the Eight of Cups, please? For the greatest good for all concerned. So they're boo-hooing to themselves. Then like there is no audience to kind of like go there kind of energy. Can we Eight of Cups, please? Thank you. So we've got King of Pentacles, Strength card, reviewing. So notice the positivity, all the warmth, yeah, positive, reflecting ships coming in. Kind of really, the King of Pentacles is for me the glorified Excel spreadsheet accountant of the deck. Kind of not necessarily about money, even though there's a phenomenal amount of pentacles here. It's more about values. What do we value? For the new boys and girls, the quick example I keep giving is the trinket that Great Aunt Doris gave you. May be meaningless to everybody else, but is so valuable and like you hold dear to you. It's that kind of thing. It's not about money. It's about values. What is it worth to you? People, places, things, that kind of thing. And having the strength to adjust it in that respect. Overarcher, world card. New cycle. Wow. Underlying energy. King of Wands. We already had the Queen of Wands. We also had the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like the power couple twice, if you get me. The King and Queen, power couples. So the King of Wands here is that vision, which is what I was saying previously. They're walking down the path now. They've walked up. They're now walking down. This is what I was saying previously about the magician. That manifesting, what do we want to manifest? This is the vision, intent. Yeah, eyes on the prize with the King of Wands. So it's the new cycle of us with the plan, where we want to be. It's not we don't like this, but it's now we don't like this and we want to replace it. We have a plan of action with this. You see what I'm saying? Oh, next stage, yes. Overarching energy, by the way, was the lovers making a choice. Underlying energy, Six of Cups, going back to values again, traditions, the way things used to be. Yeah, that is lovely. I like that. I hope, and this is just like as a little footnote, I hope that is also kind of taking out a lot of laws from Blair onwards, where it turned it into kind of like civil law instead of common law. And I hope it, as part of this, going back to that kind of bare basics kind of thing. Now, footnote down here before we forget. The footnote is 10 of Pentacles on its side. Oh, wow. So the energy is, the footnote here is that we're moving in the wrong direction. It's not divinely guided. We'll be turning around and new cycles and new opportunities and calling out BS and all that jazz. So we're going to be turning this around eventually. And at the moment, we've got 10 of Pentacles on the turn. Okay? But at the moment, it's in neutral. There's no growth. There's no nothing. There's no value. There's no nothing. But we've got 10 of Pentacles twice. So there will be happily ever after. There will be kind of money passing down, inheritance, that kind of thing. Yeah? Especially when we had the Six of Cups. We're going back to the inheritances of what we were talking about before. Coming in. This is what we wanted. This is what's coming. Yeah? But it's just the changes are happening here, and this is what I'm really excited about. This is what I'm really, and we've done it so beautifully as a community. We've done it so beautifully where we are not angry in traditional sense, but it's peaceful, standing in truth, standing in principle, not being kind of worrying about smears and all that kind of crud, not biting when they keep trying to send in counter protesters and wind people up and all that jazz, just because you're in truth. As soon as that's what they're doing, the counter protesters, trying to pull you away from truth. Then they can label you, then they can belittle you, then they can arrest you, then they can this, that, and the other. Do you see what I mean? But it feels really nice here that once again in this reading we're moving from a what we don't like, but we're now also, this is what we want. We want a general election. We want this. We want that. We want that. We want this to change. We want the laws to go back to us so people are held accountable to us. That kind of thing. Yeah? And slowly but surely, that's where we're moving to. But we need that national conversation, which won't happen in the mainstream because we've got fake news. Yeah? Spinning it, trying to, they're on the wrong side of history. So I know I've waffled on a lot, but I hope you got this one. I hope this makes sense. I hope it resonates with you because I'm really, really quite excited here on the outcome. This is sexy. Obviously, as well as the Wheel of Fortune kind of pushing it back. But the ending on the Five of Cups, their regrets, their upsets, their mourning, their this, that, and the other. I'm really quite excited. But we'll leave this here for now. So if you haven't already, subscribe, ding-a-ling that bell, do YouTube things. But until next time where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.